All right. What's up? What's crack-a-lacking?
Got it.
All right, we here. CJ Squared. I know. Where have we been? We've been in the lab, man. In the lab. Right? We're doing our research, man. We got bets going on. We got fantasy leagues going on. We got all kind of stuff going on. Hey, Joey, I'm rocking the Captain America today, just so you know.
Beautiful.
Right? Had to rock. I got a couple of compliments in school today. Shout outs to everybody. Hey, today's the first day of fall. Perfect football season. Also, the boys of October around the corner. Talk about those baseball teams. My Braves still trying to bring it home. Those Red Sox? Are they in the race, Chris?
Yeah, they're still right in there. They're
definitely fine.
And the Yankees, those Yankees are. I mean, it's a tight race in that
Limping.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
AL East, man, that's a tight race going on. Even though those Rays already clinched.
Yeah.
Going title. Tampa Bay, man, that's Title Town, USA, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Tampa Bay Bucs, have the Lightning. You got the Rays. Man, must be good living in Tampa right now, except for everything else going on in Florida. But we don't get on that. So, like I said, hey, CJ Squared, episode 25. Can y'all believe that?
25.
Episode 25. 25 episodes of us talking. Some live streams, some live drafts. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on here, man. You got to hop on board. We had 71 subscribers, trying to get to that magical number to 100 so we can take that big leap on to our next level.
It's coming, trust me.
It's coming. Okay. All right.
We have 75 tomorrow.
75. If we get 75 tomorrow, we good. We getting there, right?
I guarantee.
All right. So first and foremost, we're gonna talk about last week's college picks. Hey, JB, of course, went back to the norm of sucking. All right. Yes, I had a hot week and dropped 9 wins. Chris doing Chris stuff right around the middle. He had 6 wins. And Joey, once again, increased his number of wins to 9. Oh my goodness. He is actually above that 50% threshold he called for. But here's the problem, though. He still got 11 weeks to go and plus bowl games. So don't get too excited. Like Joey said, always, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Even though, speaking of sprinting and marathons, we had our first track meet the other day. Shout out to the Grand Park girls track team. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all did a good job. We only got like 10 people running, but that's all good.
Oh man.
we didn't have some events running. It was, but we still only lost by 26 points, man. That's good, right? We beat people 110. Remember, Joey? I showed you that one time. We beat that team 100 to 10, or it was 110 to 10.
You gonna get them there?
Yeah, hopefully. All right. So, hey, we got NFL stuff coming today and our college picks. We won't have any guest contributors today, but they will be giving us I will have their picks. So if you look online, you can check out all our stuff, all our little spreadsheets. You see how we're doing. Comment on us. Tell us if you hate us. Tell us if you love us. Right? Hopefully, if you are paying attention, you are winning some money. Right? I guarantee you, on most of the things we called, on most of this stuff, Chris has called, I've called, Joey has called. On most of those things, I'm guessing above 50% of those things have been winners if you bet on them. Now, we're not perfect, right? We're not in a DeLorean going back in the future or going to the future and knowing what's happening, but we've been on point. So follow along and learn something tonight. All right. So first thing we got, Joey and Chris, what college football game are you looking forward to the most this weekend? I'll start with you, Chris.
So just looking through the schedule, it's a little bit of a down week. There's really no massive game like we've had last couple of weeks. So you got to kind of pick and choose, why you're really trying to find a game that entices you. And for me, it's the Clemson NC State game, mostly because Clemson, for a team that has been, other than Alabama, the most dominant, probably offense in, other than maybe Oklahoma's right there, but the most dominant offense in the last couple of years. And they just kind of look anemic right now. So it's really just, I just want to see if, I mean, defensively, they're still solid. We saw what they did even against Georgia. So I'm not worried there, but this is a guy, the DJ dude was supposed to be a number one recruit coming out at quarterback. It really wasn't supposed to be a huge drop off from Lawrence. And supposedly you got NFL guys everywhere. And then
like the Hawks, boy, shooters everywhere.
Like the Hawks. So to me, it's just
NBA training camp starts soon.
Yes, sir.
Back up. And then fantasy coming back up. So yeah, for me, it's just I'm just more interested to see, is it just one of those things where they just got to get going, or is it, or this is just who they are and they're just not that good offensively? They can kind of, the ACC is down, or not necessarily down, just not that great. So they could probably still, be all right, but they're not going to compete at a national level if their offense, plays the way it's been playing. So I'm more interested to just see that.
Yeah, he played so much better last year when he came in for Trevor Lawrence those 2 games. This year
he did play well.
Not much. So that's a good call. I mean, it looks like the class of the ACC is going to be them maybe in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And against North Carolina, you're going to need to score points.
Yeah, for real.
You're going to need to score points against them. I promise you. All right, Joy, but what game looking forward to? Let me guess.
Chris and JB. The game on Saturday I'm most looking forward to is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus the Wisconsin Badgers. It's going to be, Notre Dame is sort of like Clemson too. I mean, the only thing is they have not lost yet, but Notre Dame hasn't looked like a Notre Dame team that's going to threaten to possibly be in the Final Four. Their offense they're throwing the ball well. They're not running it well. Their defense is giving up 400 yards per game. They have a genius coach who does know how to run a fine-tuned offense, but going against Wisconsin, they're actually dogs, which is sort of a surprise to me. I do like the fact that Brian Kelly, I believe Brian Kelly he's over 500 when it comes to playing Big Ten schools. If they have a brutal schedule, Notre Dame is playing a very, very competitive schedule this year. If they lose this game, they are done. I see them losing because they have Wisconsin here. They've got Cincinnati coming up, and I believe, do they go to Chapel Hill as well?
Yeah, they always play ACC schedule because that's a little closer they have.
That's right. They go to Blacksburg. So if they, out of these next 3 games, if they plan on winning all 3 of these games, they better start off on a very good note going to Madison. So I think if they can pull this off,
yeah,
everything's gonna be all right.
Their next 4 games are going to determine their season. Absolutely. They got Wisconsin, they got Cincinnati, they go to Blacksburg, they got USC coming in, and they got North Carolina at home.
Oh, nice. This is a tough schedule. Did you
not mention, isn't this game they're playing in the Cubs Stadium this week?
Oh, is this in
I think hold on, let me see. I think that's a game that's where they venue.
So Soldier Field. Oh,
they're playing in Chicago. It's Soldier Field. Okay.
I guess you could probably argue this is just as much of a home game for Notre Dame than it would be Wisconsin. Notre Dame does pull a lot of Illinois fans, so this is a game that, even though they are 6.5-point dogs, they better get this if they plan on making a nice run over the next month. They got a brutal schedule. Mm-hmm. Let's see what this offense can do Saturday, and let's see if the defense can step up to stop Wisconsin's running game.
Running game. Well, Wisconsin, that's running back you pretty much.
Yes, it is.
And I wonder if they'll do because Wisconsin always does the jump around.
Oh, it's sweet.
That is so sweet. You wonder if they'll do it because it's technically a home game, right? For them, is it home game for Wisconsin?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so you wonder if they'll do the jumper. That's one of the better traditions.
Yes, it is.
And like, oh man, that thing. I don't know why every school doesn't have something like that.
Yes, I know.
Where you just get the crowd just completely jacked up because that just all was. Even though they lost to Penn State in the fourth quarter, coming back, so I guess it didn't do much for them there. But
that's Wisconsin, one of your teams, right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm having a struggle season.
Yeah.
By the way, Wisconsin is averaging 266 yards rushing per game. Notre Dame is giving up over 150. So if
that's not a good combination.
In the trenches.
Oh, that was weird because that's a bad combination.
Yes, it is.
All right, so for me. And for me, the game I'm looking forward to the most is Oklahoma versus West Virginia. And the reason is Oklahoma is high expectations, right? They're ranked number 3 in the nation. Spencer Rattler hasn't really lived up to his Heisman hype. My man Joey was one of his number 1 promoters here on the show. And they played Tulane, beat them by 5. Played Nebraska, who lost to Illinois, by the way, and beat them by 7. Really, they were favored by, they were a 3-touchdown favorite.
Yes, they were.
Now they got West Virginia coming into town. West Virginia has a high-powered offense, and Oklahoma has a high-powered offense. It's a Big 12 game. So, and Big 12 games aren't much known for defense. So I'm looking forward to some nice highlights. My man Spencer Rattler getting off. West Virginia putting up big numbers. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to seeing some highlights from this game. I think Oklahoma is probably going to win. They're probably going to cover the spread, but I just like to see it. Even though, and I watched the Virginia Tech game on at home, West Virginia puts up averages like last 10 years, like 35 points a game. On the road, 16 points a game.
Yikes.
Oh, geez.
Terrible. That's Jekyll and Hyde, right? So, but we'll see. I think this matchup is going to be a good matchup. A lot of highlights, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. All right. I think that's it for me, right? Is it? No?
Yeah. I'm up. All right, so we're going to go over, switch it to some NFL now. So first, we're going to go with your biggest 2 games into the NFL season. So we know it's early, really early. But we're going to say, so as of right now, Joey, who is your biggest surprise team in the early part of the season in NFL?
He's ready.
Godfather is going to hate this, but the biggest surprise to me, the Baltimore Ravens. The worst of luck they've been dealing with. They go into, a home game against Kansas City. This is a game that Kansas City should clearly win. They should roll over Baltimore, all the injuries that they are dealing with. But Baltimore somehow finds a way to win the game behind an incredible and the most exciting player in the NFL, arguably. They find a way. There's no way Baltimore on paper should have won that. Baltimore is just stingy. That's what they always do. You know what you're going to get from them every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever it is. They're going to meet you on that field, and they're going to give you everything that they have. Bottom line. So props to them for not laying down and showing up, putting whatever guys they got, whatever guys that can put on pads, showing up and, giving it their absolute best. So shouts out to Baltimore. They were my biggest surprise up to this point. I'm gonna get hated on for my biggest disappointment.
Okay. I think you were talking about from the Godfather.
He's the Godfather. He's a Steelers fan, right?
Yeah.
Godfather is a Steelers fan.
But I tell you what, the golf, you know what? I don't need the Godfather alone. Because I'm still trying to figure out how the Godfather going to ask to be in the pool after the pool done been started. So,
but
I'm
JB,
gonna
the Godfather says that he respects JB's rules.
Okay,
That's
good
why
for him.
He chose not to. He respects the rules.
Good.
My biggest bust.
Never go against the
Joe, you want to give us the bust? You're busting?
Yes, my bust. Big Blue, the New York Football Giants, and there's a reason why I'm calling them the biggest bust. The NFC East is clearly open. It can be won. It's a division that can be won. And all of this talk about Daniel Jones, who's actually played some pretty good ball Thursday, but we're trying to see, is he the guy? But he's sort of being set up for failure because the offensive line is atrocious again. The left tackle is bad. The right tackle is bad. The guards are bad. The offensive coordinator is bad. Things are not going well. So how can they really judge whether or not this kid can do what they expect him to do if they don't give him the actual tools? Now, he has tools, but the biggest thing that he needs is the offensive line.
Doesn't every quarterback need that?
Everyone does, but this one particularly needs an offensive line to work so we can see what he can really do. He balled out Thursday. He absolutely balled out. He played very well. But the one thing about the Giants, since he's been playing quarterback for them in situations where they have had leads late, they shat the bed every single time. They cannot close. They cannot close games. There have been more than a few times where they have had leads and they have given it up because when he has the ball and he has opportunities, it's not all completely on the offensive line. He's had opportunities to close out games, and for some reason they can't close them out. Particularly, I remember the Eagle game last year. They actually had a great opportunity. He threw a great ball. What happened? Ingram dropped it. So that's my biggest disappointment. The New York Football Giants.
Should Slayton have had that catch?
Yes, he should have. It hit him in his hands. But here, how about this?
Oh Lord, yes, he should have caught that.
As soon as Daniel Jones threw it, I immediately went back like this and looked up at the ceiling because I said he overthrew it. As soon as the ball came out, I didn't even see Slayton drop it because I thought it was going to go further. But Slayton still has decent speed, caught up to it, dropped it. Gotta have that.
He got good speed.
Gotta have that.
So how many, real quick, before I move on to my answers, I have a question about Daniel Jones for you. How many games has he played in? Do you know total? And this is his third year, right?
He's played in over 20 games, correct?
Okay.
It's been 20 games.
Okay, so against the Redskins before last game, he was 4-0.
4-0.
Against the rest of the league, his 4 in whatever how many games he's played in. So anyway, and you know what, Bob, let me tell you something. Daniel Jones is a sneaky great athlete.
Yes, he is.
He's out there outrunning linebackers, and plus he had the fastest run time on the field last year. Believe it or not, on that run when he fell, but that's how it is sometimes. The yard marker reached up and grabbed his leg, and he was running all by himself, all by his lonesome. All right, no, okay, no more Daniel Jones bashing. Anyway, so for me, my biggest surprise this year is the Las Vegas Raiders. And the reason is the Raiders.
That's when, baby.
The Raiders have beaten 2 teams from the AFC North that everybody thinks are playoff teams. They beat one at home. All right. They played the Ravens at home, and their defense played great. They played the Steelers in Pittsburgh. They were underdogs, and they went in there and they pretty much beat up on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh could not run the ball. They could not pass the ball. And Derek Carr was putting up numbers. And I say numbers, he put up numbers without even really targeting Darren Waller as much as I needed him to. Let's get that right, as much as I needed him to target Darren Waller. But they're my biggest surprise, right? They're sitting on top of the AFC West right now. It's early, like Chris and Joey have said, but for me and your boy John Gruden, right? They're looking good. Okay. Now, my biggest bus goes out to my man, Uncle Irv. Uncle Irv, what is going on with your Vikings?
Uncle not gonna be happy about that.
Now, I know we came on this show, and I had two people on this show, not me, claiming that the Vikings would have the number one defense in the NFL with all these new additions. And I said, bull crap. That defense is, did you not see Kyler Murray finding people wide open? How many times is your defensive backfield going to break down? How many times? And you got Coach Zimmer, a defensive coach, defensive back coach, and you leaving guys wide open, knowing they can knock down threes.
They will knock down threes. They definitely will.
Like wide open. So Minnesota, even though Kirk Cousins, keep doing what you're doing, sir. Thank you for your contributions. And Adam Thielen, thank you for your contributions.
On out.
But still, 0-2? Come on, Vikings. You can do better than that.
They definitely can.
All right. So for me, surprise is the Arizona Cardinals. I think we had discussed before, Kingsbury and Murray. We said those two go hand in hand really on their success. And Murray right now looks like an MVP candidate. I mean, obviously it's really early, but I mean, he's doing whatever he wants. And Rondale Moore, we've discussed.
There it is. David.
Rondale Moore is, everyone was kind of hyping up Elijah Moore, but Rondale Moore's kind of been the guy. He blew up this weekend. Hopkins is still there. They're finally throwing the Hopkins consistently.
Right.
They just look. Now, obviously, they beat Minnesota. They've beaten two pretty good teams going into the season. And they're going to play. They play Jacksonville this week. That's a for sure W, you would think. And then we'll really start to see coming up. After that, they play the Rams, Cardinal, or the 49ers and the Browns. And then they have the Texans and then the Packers.
We're going to find out. We're definitely
going to find out if they're for real. So, but right now they look good, and Murray looks like he's kind of taking that next step. And we know it's a quarterback league. If you have a guy who can carry you, you're going to be in every game.
He's still doing that playground stuff, man. That's how you get hurt.
But I mean, and that's the thing is Russell Wilson has kind of made a career of it, but he's never kind of got to that Mahomes level where he can consistently put his team. I think Wilson is always going to have you in games, but then there's times where he's going to probably destroy your team by just throwing a dumb pass or trying to make something happen that's not there. And I feel like Murray's going to be that guy. He's going to
Wilson lead the league getting sacked.
Yeah.
He was the number one.
I think that's what we were saying. I think I can see Murray more in that mold where I could see him making plays that you just are wowed by, but then also it's just like, why did you throw that ball? Or, those kind of passes. So
but that one scramble, Rondale Moore, Percy Peterson turned around and was like, what's the defense at? Like, he's
yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then, good teams get the lucky bounces. Did you see the Max Williams catch?
I did not.
It got tipped across the middle of the field in a tight end. He just falls into his hands. And he just runs for like 50 yards until he gets tackled. So I was like,
some of those.
Yeah, and then I could have sworn, and then the Vikings missed the kick to win the game.
Yeah, so they Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think that Vikings are Tennessee, and we could talk about Tennessee another time, but I think, I think that Arizona's right there, but we'll find out what they're made of in the next couple of weeks if they want to compete in the NFC and in that tough division. So I think is that the toughest division in football, probably, right? The
NFC West right now. 3 teams 2-0 and
Seattle 1-1.
Seattle is 1-1.
And they should have probably been 2-0 also.
Yeah.
They ran across the king, man. The king.
Yeah. They never
King
want to
Derrick
see
Henry, boy. Lord have mercy. That dude had 14. I heard he had 41 touches. Is that accurate? That last game?
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
Touches. My goodness.
He put up 70 in our league. In the 70. He put up 70.
That is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
All right, yeah.
So my disappointment is actually Washington, just because to me they could easily be, I mean, we had talked about the week before, and I actually was saying I think they'll smoke the Giants. The spread was 3. I said I didn't think that was going to be an issue, and really they came down to a field goal where if Dexter Lawrence doesn't jump off sides.
I called it.
And JB did call it. If he doesn't jump off sides right there, he misses that field goal. And that's the NFL. But at the same time, this is supposed to be a dominant defense. And they just haven't looked the part yet. I mean, the offense, at least they got McLaurin rolling this week. But to me,
McCorn rolling.
That's how
you say McCorn rolling.
McCorn roll. They just don't look to me like a team that should scare you. When you watch them right now, they just don't look like, they don't look like a defense that's just going to go out and just dominate. Like we've seen really dominant defenses.
Yeah.
And all of theirs is predicated on that defensive line getting pass rush.
Well, they were killing the Washington football team defensive line completely outplayed.
They definitely did.
Completely.
And Daniel Jones was making plays with his legs.
Yes, he had to. There was nothing.
But yeah, I mean, I think but when you get into a team that's better than the Giants, that's a team they shouldn't even have trouble with. If you're gonna kind of improve to that next level, the Giants are a team you just got to put away. You cannot, because that's why you lose games. When you let teams like that hang around, that's when you get yourself into trouble.
Right.
So
I tell you what, they in trouble this week because they about to get their butt by the Bills. So they're gonna be 1-2, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're lucky they're not 0-3. And if you're 0-3, you're done in this league.
Right.
So, yeah. So I don't know. I'm a little bit low on them right now, but we'll see. It's still early, like I said. So
Still early.
All right, so let's get into this fantasy review. How'd you guys do? JB, I know you had a good week.
I had an excellent week, right? I went 5-1 across all my leagues. Heavily invested in Green Bay, and what happens? The Green Bay guys came through. The only league then I did not win, and and matter of fact, I had the biggest loss in the league. I was like, wow, trying to play me, trying to call me out here. I lost in the CJ Squared Friends and Family League because all my studs did absolutely nothing. I think 2 of my busts are on the team. Amari Cooper, Bupkus, Alvin Kamara, shat the bed. Right? For some reason, I thought Mac Jones was going to put up numbers against the Jets. Nothing.
I thought so too.
So it's and like it's early in fantasy. I'm looking at my team like, okay, I'm lacking in quarterback, but I got heavy hitters everywhere else. And when those heavy hitters start hitting,
yeah,
then I'm going to be in. I'm going to be in every week if my quarterbacks just score 30 points. Right? They don't need to score 40 and 50. Just give me 30.
Right.
Give me 35.
Right.
And I'll be good to go. So yeah, 5-1. And I told you, Chris, in the leagues that I'll have Darren Waller, I'm 2-0, which is kind of crazy. And in the fantasy league with what I'm doing with the Fantastics talk show on SiriusXM, I'm the highest scorer in my division. So
there you go.
It's like 8 divisions, right? It's 8 divisions, and I'll break it down to you another day. But high score. So I'm not feeling good though, right? I'm not satisfied because you gotta keep grinding and just keep it going. 5-1 this week. Last week I was 3-3. I'll take it all day.
Grab that cup of water, pour it on your head, keep on running.
Yeah. We don't put one on our head though. That's not a good look. When anybody watching this, you're out there in the hot sun, don't pour water on your head. Don't do that. Anyway.
Joey, how about you? How'd you do?
Pretty good week. 7 teams went 5-2, went 6-1. 6-1. No, went 5-2 last week also. So
look at this guy.
Things are looking pretty good.
Fantasy champ over here.
Hold on, I know. And oh yeah, who you beat? Yeah, you beat somebody in the league.
Did you face Blue Wave maybe?
Blue Wave, and Blue Wave had did he have Pat Mahomes going?
Yes, he did. He had
It tells you, man. It don't matter.
Mahomes went off for 50. He had Dalvin Cook, and that was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
You, man.
I was much more spread out than.
Yeah, you got to spread out.
Much more spread out.
Yep, got to.
Yeah, so I'm the opposite of you all. I had a horrible week. I went 4? I'm in 5. So I went 4-1 the first week. The only league I lost was your league, JB. And then this week I went 1-4. So not a very good week.
Yeah.
I think I won in CJ Squared League.
You did. But
that was it. And I needed Aaron Jones to have a massive game even to have a shot in that game. So it was not looking good. And then in your league, is it the league? Is that what it's actually?
It's called the league.
Yeah. So right now, remember I said that I'm basically ride or die with Josh Allen, and he has not been that good yet. I mean, he's been.
You got the Redskins coming up too. It's gonna be a tough matchup this week.
Yeah. So right now,
Washington football team. I apologize. Sorry.
But remember, I had said I wish I had taken Kyler Murray as I was saying, if it had played out, I probably would be with that exact same team. I think I'd be 2-0 right now, or close to it at least. So, it was one of those weeks where Josh Allen gets tackled on the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then Williams for Baltimore. Remember, they knocked the ball out on the 1 as he's falling in the end zone.
And the guy catches it and falls in.
And he gets a touchdown.
Yes.
So if I would have had both of those, so I mean that's just fantasy for you. It's just one of those things where it's a bad week. It's crazy. 2 plays where they get down to the 1, neither of them score.
Right.
And either that would have been the turnaround. So it's one of those things where, so right now 0-2 in that league. I knew it was going to be an uphill battle, but when you invest with Josh Allen and he's not what he was last year, then I'm going to be struggling. So hopefully he turns around. But
it's your boy Tannehill on the bench.
I know he actually outscored. Well, then Tony Pollard I had on the bench, and I had Mike Williams. I had way more bench guys kill it than and Tony Pollard scored like 30 something. He went off.
Yeah. So, in the league on Sunday nights, Matt Stafford had a touchdown pass to Cooper Kupp, and they overturned it. He was down on the 1-yard line. If I get that touchdown, I'm 2-0 in the freaking league. I lost by less than 6 points.
Oh, that's just
it's how it is sometimes, man.
How it is.
I remember that.
Destroyed and lose by them close ones.
I remember that play. That was the first. You're talking about the first week.
That's
the Sunday night game. Yeah, I remember that play.
Sometimes you rather get destroyed, man.
So, those little close ones.
Like I was like, yeah, it's all good.
All right, so JB, you want to give us your biggest fantasy surprise of last week?
Oh man, my biggest fantasy surprise was Rondale Moore from the Cardinals, right?
The other Moore.
Who would have seen that? Except, the Vikings were like, yeah, here you go, sir. Just go ahead and do what you got to do. we ain't playing no defense today. Just go ahead and run 30 yards downfield.
That's
Stop
it.
right there and put your hand up. we're not gonna play no defense. So I mean, but he out-targeted everybody. He out-targeted Hop. So
yeah,
I mean that's the biggest surprise. He out-targeted Hop. And I mean the Cardinals are looking like the Hawks, man. They got shooters everywhere. They got D Hop, they got AJ Green scoring touchdowns. Yeah, whatever on that one. They got Christian Kirk. They got Kyler Murray running in touchdowns. The only thing they don't have is running backs that you can depend on in fantasy. But Rondale, even though I did start Chase Edmonds in my one league, man, you know, PPR, man, point per catch. You can't beat that, right? So definitely Rondale Moore.
All right, Joey, who you got? Biggest surprise of last week.
Biggest surprise fantasy player?
Saquon Barkley.
Hollywood is playing some ball right now. He has scored in both of his games. I believe he is the most targeted player on Baltimore that Lamar Jackson seems to be thrown to. He went over. Did he go over 100 yards?
Yeah,
he's gone over 100 yards.
He's over 100.
Hollywood is looking like Hollywood right now.
I don't know, man. You said on that jump pass, the Chiefs?
There was nobody there.
Did the Chiefs forget he was playing?
There was nobody there.
There was nobody there.
This was the week of blown coverages.
Like, what's going on out here?
Yeah, classic.
This is the week of blown coverages. Like,
yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta look around.
Right, goodness. So shouts out to Hollywood. He's having an outstanding year up to this point.
Yeah, it's early, but
anybody start Hollywood Brown? Did you start him or something, Joey?
I did not.
No, someone should have, but
guess what though? So in probably a deeper league he probably started, but nobody started Hollywood Brown yet.
Nobody.
And watch when you start him what'll happen. Watch. Go ahead and start him against me, please.
You're absolutely right.
No way. All right, yeah. So my surprise and it's actually been a 2-week surprise is Carr right now. He's just been lighting it up. We had talked about JB had already talked about how much the Raiders are doing, and I had said earlier he's on pace for like 6,000 yards, which I mean we know he'll regress, but and the thing is he last week Waller, who's been that's his guy, he didn't even go off and he's still almost throwing 400 yards. So once you get Waller going, and we had already talked about that.
How you said, Joey? Waller, look, Joey, look. Get him going. Get him going.
He needed Ruggs. I had been dogging Ruggs that he needed to step up, and he's done it in both weeks now. So you can't really dominate a league with just one guy. You have to have weapons. You have to have a guy who goes over the top. You got to have a guy who can go across the middle. And
everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. You got to. So, I mean, I think if Ruggs continues to play like he is, I think they can actually be a threat. And Carr probably can. We've seen Carr be an MVP threat. JB knows this very well when he a couple of years back, but we've seen him play at that level for a sustained period of time. So I shouldn't have brought that up. That's bad memories. But we've seen that.
That hurt.
But we've seen him play at that level. So it's not, I mean, it is a surprise, but it's not. So hopefully he can continue on. So all right, JB, who's your biggest disappointment of last week in fantasy?
I mean, I can look at the list. I mean, I had a couple. I got Amari Cooper, DK Metcalf, Dak. But my biggest bust is Alvin Kamara. Stop cheating. What are you doing? What are you doing? James, what are you doing? You got really if Alvin Kamara is not the engine that runs your offense, you're gonna have a long season. Michael Thomas can't guard Mike, has checked out. He's checked out. Somebody got him right now on their injury reserve IR spot thinking, I can't wait till Michael Thomas comes back. Yeah, when he comes back, start him, please. Against me. Start him. Alvin Kamara was it was a complete bust. I drafted that dude 3rd overall in the CJ Squared Friends and Family League, and he gave me absolutely. In the first 2 games, he ain't did nothing. He has not returned my investment.
He had a bad game.
Come on, man. My first 3 picks haven't returned their investments yet. But I got patience, right? But this week, he was my biggest bust this week, man. But come on, man. Step up, man. Step up.
Well, even in that first week when they won, nobody, even Winston, other than the touchdowns, didn't put up massive yards or anything.
He had 140 yards, like 150 yards passing.
Yeah, so it's not like their offense was just clicking all on.
So right now, the Saints offense looks like it could be in trouble.
Yeah. And
we could be looking at a little bit of Taysom Hill sometime soon.
Joey.
Don't stop it right now.
You do not want to hear that.
That better not happen.
Hey,
Joey loves the roller coaster.
I'm telling you right now, if they go up to New England and they lose, and he doesn't play well, you're going to start hearing the rumors coming out about how they may go to Taysom Hill. You're going to hear it. Because guess what? At least with Taysom Hill, you have another threat. You have a running quarterback.
You have a running threat, yeah.
Exactly. So you got to play a little differently. I mean, you don't have a throwing quarterback, but who are you throwing the ball to?
Yeah.
Who are you throwing the ball to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now they just lack an identity, really, because what Winston does is push the ball down the field, throw massive yards. You can take his 350-yard games in 4 and 3 because they're getting in shootouts. Right now, they're not even that at all. So now their offense is almost built more for Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Right now,
right now
it is. You're right.
Joey.
Yep.
That old W.
Those W's.
He's not eating W's right now.
No, not right now.
The Winston roller coaster. All right, Joey. Who's your biggest bust of this week?
Biggest bust this week, going back to what who he mentioned first. Amari Cooper had 17 targets in week 1, 13 catches, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Week 2, 5 targets, 3 catches, 24 yards. He had some red zone targets. So the Cowboys did not get a passing touchdown, so they were just a little off this past Sunday. But that's a big time drop from a guy who did say, I think I'm the best wide receiver in the league right now. And he proved it going against Tampa and that banner game that Tampa Bay had. I love banner games. And then to just have a complete drop like that. But they'll be fine. As long as they are healthy, the Cowboys offense will be fine. But
the one thing about this week, though, I thought they put a lot of emphasis on running the ball because of the defense that the Chargers were playing, right? Because you keep hearing it when teams play those 2 deep safeties to protect against over the top passes. It just tells you run the ball and you run the ball. The numbers tell you, and that's why I think they ran the ball with Tony Pollard and Zeke more this week, right? They got more yards. So against Philly got a good front. Probably can't really. Philly played San Fran, who really wasn't all that healthy, and they played Atlanta week 1. So now they got Dallas coming in. So you're probably gonna see an uptick from Cooper this week. On Monday night too, Cowboys, the star.
Definitely.
First game in Arlington.
Big one. And like you said, the Cowboys rushed for 198 yards against
exactly right. So. And then Dak didn't do anything. It was a good game, not the fantasy goodness game you were hoping for. It really was a good game though. By the way, Alvin Kamara running back 22 right now.
Yikes.
This is in the CJ Squared League when it's a 1-point PPR. You're not getting stuff per carry, but he's behind Tony Pollard. He's behind DeAndre Swift. He's behind Devin Singletary, Tyson Williams, Chase Edmonds, the Mitchell kid. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Step his game up.
Yeah.
Dalton Hilliard isn't walking through that door anytime soon. Craig Ironhead Hayward isn't walking through that.
It just tells you. It tells you the league you in determines how well you're doing. In our CJ Squared Friends and Family League, DeAndre Swift is RB6 right now. In points, he's RB6.
Mm-hmm.
That's all touches.
You know, it's and remember, in this CJ Squared Friends and Family League, they're not getting points for carries.
Who's the top 5 running backs? Can you look?
All right, I'll tell you, in the CJ Squared League, it's Henry, McCaffrey, Jones, because he had that one massive game. First game he did nothing. Cook and Nick Chubb. In the league, let me just real quick. I can just tell y'all real quick. You can show you how the points are a little different. I wonder in the Fantasy 2 league, I wonder how that's looking too, because
that's probably more similar to
the regular this NFL. Really, basically the league is an NFL.com league, and the other leagues we're in are mostly Yahoo. I'm also in the ESPN league, and this Do Good league, I don't know what format they use. It's something crazy. If you watch the show, you can see what it looks like. But I don't know what kind of format it is in terms of how it's set up. Yeah. All right, so and it's similar in the league. We got Derrick Henry. The 2 top guys are the same. You got Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey. You got Joe Mixon, who had that one game when he had 27 carries. You got Dalvin Cook. You got Aaron Jones. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are your top 5. And you got Nick Chubb. In this league, DeAndre Swift, Cordero Patterson is in, I think he's in the top 12.
Really? Patterson is? Oh, wow. Okay.
Cordero Patterson is RB12. He's an RB1 in that league.
Okay.
Free agent. I wouldn't touch him. And Swift is RB14 right now.
Right.
All right. And Kamara is still, 4, 3. He is, in this one, he's 22 again. In this one, too.
Where's my boy Montgomery? Because he's always
mandatory Montgomery is top 10. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's RB7. Right, and then in the other one, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
He's not as high there.
He's 14. Cordero Patterson is actually RB1 in that league too.
Okay.
How would that last? That's when we missed. Fantasy surprise. Who could have seen Cordero Patterson score all those 2 touchdowns? I don't care.
He's a kick returner.
Chris Brown. CW picked him up, but there's no way in HE double hockey sticks he thought that guy was going to score more than 5 or 10 points.
He's a stinger.
But it's fantasy though, right? Start him again, Chris, to see what happens. You pay the price. All right.
Brown.
So my fantasy bust is Tyree Kill. For a guy who was a lot of people had him as the number 1 overall wide receiver, and he goes out and puts up 3 catches for 14 yards. So
it was that bad?
Yeah. And so the week before he had 15 targets, 11 catches for 197 and a touchdown. This week he had 4 targets, 3 catches for 14 yards, no touchdown. So Baltimore pretty much just said, we are not letting this dude.
You ain't doing it, buddy.
So
Still, look, I'm looking at this TJ Squared. He's still wide receiver 4.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna still get his. Other teams aren't gonna take him away like that.
And he's wide receiver 4 in the league as well.
Well, if you catch the ball, if you catch 11 catches,
you ain't beating us tonight, buddy.
No.
So the top 2 receivers are Tyler Lockett and Cooper Kupp. and Cooper Kupp and Tyler Lockett. Opposite of the other one, Cooper Kupp has more catches.
Right.
So yeah, and I tell you all about Lockett, so we'll see on that.
He's waiting for it right now. Lockett's still on he's waiting for that.
You know, he's on that. You remember The Price is Right?
He's waiting for that thing.
That's what he's waiting for.
I think Cooper Kupp is for real though this year. I think he's
okay, but all right, yeah, he's for real. But did you? And I like Cooper Kupp. I like Matt Stafford because he's one of my quarterbacks from one of my leagues. Open. Like nobody's checking. Nobody's
checking. I mean,
him.
he just has an ability to get in the zones. You know what I mean? Like he just
through his long touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns. 2 of them, there was nobody near him on 2 of these catches.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that some of that is schemed up, but I do think that he is very good at in that kind of slot role of just like sitting down and finding opens. You know what I mean? You wonder how much of his is just run something and then find it and sit in the zone and we'll find you. You know what I mean? He is in that mold of a player and, you know, so he's going to just get targets every week. He's just a massive target guy.
Yeah. Long season, man. Like there's so many guys in the top 10 in the J squared. We got Kupp, Lockett, Debo, Hill, Brown from Baltimore, Cooper, Thielen, Williams from the Chargers, Shepard. PPR league, Shepard is a good pick because he's getting massive targets. Got Brandon Cooks, the only person in for the Texans, and you got CeeDee Lamb. So, you know, you got some guys there, and my man Adams is number 25.
Okay,
he'll start.
So you know, and then
it'll all level out.
Yeah. So like in our league, Adams is, goodness gracious, where is he at? Now I didn't even mention Calvin Ridley.
Yeah. He's he had what 70, I think 70 or 80.
Yeah, and he had a tutty. But you know what? Devontae Adams and Calvin Ridley, they on page 2 in the league. They on page 2.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
So you know, early. You know, it's early. It's early.
Offense.
But yep. All right. So I think
so Joey's up. Joey, you want to get into some our sleepers and biggest locks, all that. You want to run over that?
Yes. But Joey, before you say that, everybody, just remember, it's like we've been saying, it's early, right?
Way early.
I mean, the one thing about the leagues I play in, I can say is really good, is that you don't have people dropping these good players because they had one bad game. I listen to the radio every day that guys dropping Aaron Rodgers, guys dropping Aaron Jones. I'm like, what in I don't know what even to say. What is he doing? What kind of league is that? Well, you can drop Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Jones.
Crazy. That's a crazy league. That's what that is.
Crazy. So I'm ready to pounce, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, my bad, Joey. Go ahead, make it happen.
It's all good. Millions.
You
all want to know either or. The fantasy sleeper for tomorrow's Thursday night game, I believe that is Carolina versus
the Texans.
Houston, excuse me.
Yeah.
Or
Texans.
A sleeper team pulling a straight upset on a Saturday or Friday night. There is a Friday night.
Thursday night.
Or a Saturday football game. So, Chris, which one are you going to take here?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to go Wake Forest is a 4-point dog against UVA. So I'm actually going to go I'm going to take the dog here, Wake Forest against UVA here.
Wake Forest and the points, huh?
Yeah, but I think they're going to I think they're going to win. I think they're winning outright.
I'll be wagering on that. No, for real though, I will be.
He's taking that. May the odds forever be with you in your favor.
Yes, sir.
Where you going here, JB?
Oh, so for me, I think the fantasy sleepers for me are going to be one or two of these Carolina wide receivers. It's either going to be Robbie Anderson, who's yet to break out, or it's going to be the rookie Terrance Marshall, right? I know if you're playing on one of those daily fantasy, matchups or something, you may want to put one of those guys in your lineup. I think DJ Moore is going to eat. I think the Texans are going to gear all of their energy and trying their best to stop Christian McCaffrey, which they probably won't be able to, but they're going to try. It's going to leave the other guys pretty much wide open. All right. And Sam Darnold should have a decent game, but I'm thinking either Marshall or Anderson definitely should step up tomorrow for them.
I will take a straight up college upsets. 12 o'clock in Austin. The Texas Tech Red Raiders will go to Austin. They are 8-point dogs. I've got Tech winning straight up. I think Texas.
I won't be making that beat.
They're still trying to figure out, did we really mean to join the SEC? Did we say that? We're going to really join them?
Oh, Arkansas put a whooping on them.
We're not going to. Texas Tech.
Arkansas whooped them up pretty good, didn't they?
Yeah, and they rushed for over 300 yards in that game. Texas Tech averages about 170 yards a game rushing. I think it could get ugly. There may be some boo birds out in Austin, and then they'll go to downtown and party.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to send y'all pictures. I went to the state capitol. I could actually see the stadium in the horn. I got to see the pictures.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at the state capitol when I was in Texas, and I could see from the hill. You can see the stadium, man. It's massive.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I figured that. It's big.
Deep in the heart of Texas. JB, who's your biggest lock? College.
Oh, once again, JB with the biggest lock. If you go back and watch the last two shows, my biggest locks came through. Can I go 3 for 3? Yes, I will. I am going back to the well. My biggest lock will be the Broncos at home playing against another lowly New York football team. The Broncos will beat the Jets by more than 10. You can book it.
Book it.
I will be putting money on this game with the spread, just for y'all, just so y'all know.
Book it. Chris, biggest lock, college or?
I actually still want to go out on a limb a little bit here for a close one. I didn't necessarily want to just pick such a super easy one, so I'm actually a risky LSU at Mississippi State.
10 in the NFL, Chris, that's risky, bro. A plus 10, that's risky.
LSU against Mississippi State. Is LSU favored by 3.5?
LSU is given 2.5 points to them Bulldogs in Starkville. Isn't that coach Mike Leach?
That is Mike Leach.
Mike Leach gonna put up some numbers now.
And Mississippi State is bitter about that Memphis place. They might be out looking for blood this week. So
absolutely.
That should be an interesting game though.
Yeah, so, should be.
Especially because you got LSU covering, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't bet on that one.
Yeah. All right. That's and then Joey, what's up? What do you got?
Biggest lock. I'm going to go to the Big Ten Conference. The Wildcats of Northwestern will cover against the Ohio Bobcats. They are 14.5 points favored.
Why was all tricked out like, you must say the Ohio State University?
The Ohio Bobcats. Like,
about
that. Book it. They will cover.
Good one.
They will cover that.
The
lock. That's a lock right there.
Northwestern will cover a spread versus the Ohio
Bobcats.
What? I swear, man.
It's like when you see the
out of here.
When you see the introductions on like NBC and they're just like the Ohio. Oh, it's like
going on here. All right. Hey, you're so funny, man.
All right. Winner versus who's y'all's winner versus your lock as far as covering the spread, college or pro. Where you going here, Chris?
I'll take UNC over Georgia Tech in the I think they're covering the 12.5.
Ooh, Tech played good against Clemson, but I guess maybe Clemson's offense is so anemic you can't really tell. UNC's offense, though, humming.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they can keep it up.
I mean, I watched that game last week. Like, man, they putting up numbers, man. They're like the Hawks. They got shooters everywhere out there. I don't know what's going on. All right, so
JB?
I'm diving back into the pro game because the college game, man. I'm so sick of this spread in the college game. Anyway, we got a big matchup this week. We have a possible preview of the NFC Championship game. I tell you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't want to see Tampa Bay there. I'm tired of Tom Brady. I'm tired of him. I don't want to see him, but if there is a team that can beat Tampa Bay, that's built to beat Tampa Bay, it is the Los Angeles Rams. Now, for some reason, Los Angeles with a top 5 defense is a home dog. Really? A home dog?
That's
got a brand new quarterback. Matt Stafford he got one dime here. He got Robert Woods on one arm. He got Cooper Kupp here. He got my man Tyler Higbee behind with the diamonds on. He got Sonny Michel. And he got McVay back there, just chilling. I'm telling you right now, this game should be a pick 'em, but it's not. They're giving the Rams a 1.5. I'm taking the Rams.
That looking at that, that's a 4:00 game. I mean, the 8:00's good because that's Green Bay, San Francisco. But man, that should be like the Monday night game. But the Monday is Dallas, Philly. So I guess that's Monday. The Monday night.
Shout out, Linus to Gall. Fly Eagles fly.
Fly Eagles fly.
What did this line open? This line opened. It actually opened on Sunday night. It opened Rams favorite by 2. And now it's moved all the way to Rams as the dog. So I wonder who's moving that line. Like, is it the sharp guys or it's the public just loving Brady?
Right.
I don't know, but
because they've said
it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it is.
You got, and remember the Bucs won't have Jalen Ramsey this game. No, not Jalen Ramsey. They won't have Antonio Brown. What am I saying? They won't have Antonio Brown. He's on COVID protocol. I don't think he's gonna make it. So, the Rams, the secondary is good. And got a good pass rush.
Yeah, which we've seen.
And of course, you got Aaron Donald.
That's Brady's kryptonite. So
yes, it is.
So
especially up the middle.
And you know that even though the one thing against the Bucs, two things against the Bucs, you can't really run the ball, but you can pass the ball.
Yes, you can.
I mean, Dak threw for 400 yards against them.
Hence, then.
Right? I mean, Matt Ryan would have thrown for a big yardage if he didn't turn the ball over with 2 picks, right? I'm telling you.
Hence the rumors of Tampa talking to Richard Sherman.
He's washed up. Bring Richard Sherman in there. Start him against me. Stop. Start Richard Sherman. We want to see him out there.
Chris and JB. 30 and a half years ago, Duke and Kansas met for a national championship, March 14th, 1991.
30 years ago?
Who would ever think that 30 and a half years later, Duke and Kansas would be meeting in a meaningless college football game where Duke would be favored by 16 and a half points? That is, I am absolutely going to be taking Duke. They will cover that. Kansas is going to come in and get their tails whooped. A meaningless college football game between two basketball schools.
Joey's all over that.
I'm all over it.
What person coaching Duke? Is his name? He still the coach at Duke football?
Cutcliffe?
Is he still there?
I think he is.
He's the one that was the guy who, that made Peyton Manning, basically.
He's the guy that made Daniel Jones.
We don't count Daniel Jones in the same. We don't say Daniel Jones in the same breath as Peyton Manning. What are you doing? Stop it. How you doing? How you say it? How we do it? Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it, Joey. Sorry.
There we go. We ready to move on to college picks?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, different this week because I am not showing the screen. If you want to see how we pick, click on the link in the YouTube and enjoy all of the visuals, right? But so I'm gonna call the games out. We're gonna pick them. My man Hot Rod, my man C Double, my man Buttons.
Buttons,
your poker game is in it. Buttons, do you want to join us real quick to make your picks? It's a one-time offer, but you better step up real quick, bro. If you want to join us to make your picks, you can.
If I think Buttons may be done with his big time poker match. He
put it in the chat. He said he's done with his poker game.
Okay.
What up, boys?
Let's get Buttons in here.
I mean, if you want to share Buttons the link with Buttons, be my guest, man. I didn't send Buttons the link.
If Buttons comes in, he better have that mascot head at the very end.
Oh my goodness, the mascot head.
That's not so fast, my friend.
Buttons already sent me his pick, so I don't know if if he's ready to step into the limelight. He said he'll join. Yep, go ahead and send him the link, Joey.
He's finishing the mascot head. What's the last
man?
game?
Buttons, K-Gun. My man K-Gun. Let me see how K-Gun's doing in the fantasy league with us. I think K-Gun's
I think Coop beat him. I think Coop beat him last week.
K-Gun is yep. I mean, really, you guys are the only ones that are 2-0. Right?
Yeah, that's
Chris, you putting up big numbers, 401 points. Man, I'm putting up like I haven't done anything.
Well, Jalen Hurts has been good for me. So
yeah, I'm putting up bum numbers. But yep. So we got the JB League all 1-1, the Joey League all 1-1, the Chris League they're 1-1, and then you got two guys 0-2. Your boy Dana and your boy MJ, man, taking L's. They're taking whoopings, man. They gotta step up.
Come on, get your whooping.
I got Adam this week. Let me see what Adam's talking about. I don't like my matchup. Hey, Joey, you struggling, man? I need to send a link to the Buds myself, man, because you seem like you have some issues.
I just sent it.
Okay, man. You think you have some
Buttons, I just sent it.
Buttons is like, on college game day when they get off the bus and then they go and clap everyone's hands. Buttons is doing that right now.
Here comes
down.
Yes.
And then everyone's at the signs.
Buttons is gonna come up and say right in between us.
Yeah, he's just right there.
Say we're coming for your city. Buttons get off that bus right now.
He's just clapping everyone's saying.
There you go, Buttons.
Josh Jacobs, man, bum.
Josh Jacobs. He didn't play last week though, right?
Nah.
Right?
No, that's why he's a bum.
Yeah.
Drake
Ain't the
didn't
same
do
offense.
James Robinson's a bum. He's got all
James-
bunch
Well,
of-
the problem is that like I was reading that they went away from the run too early.
Yeah.
Meyer ain't gonna last, man.
You do not want a rookie quarterback having to win you games.
You know, Urban Meyer doesn't think that. He thinks he's going to come in here and just, whatever.
There you go. How dare you
Look at this.
wear that
Toronto.
blue-face trash
Toronto
here right
hat
now,
on.
Buttons.
I see that. Hey, I see that magazine you got there. I got the same one, but I don't think it's signed. Yours looking mighty pretty back there. That
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yep. How you feeling tonight, Buttons?
I'm feeling great.
How'd you
good,
do in
man.
your poker game?
I don't know what
poker
you're doing
games
for
did
your
all right,
video,
man.
but you need to tell Joey, man. Give Joey some tips on your video, man. Your video is crisp as I don't know what. It's crisp.
Is it?
Yeah, looking crystal clear, man.
Crispy crisp.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it is.
my man Joey over here, he's I don't know what's going on.
Struggling.
I got the blue
Struggling,
collar
man.
screen.
I got you. Blue collar screen. All right, bud. Thanks for joining us, man. I know you already sent me your picks, but I'll let you, commentate on your picks and stuff, so you can just tell me.
Sounds good.
So
I said you better have
go ahead
that
and get it
mascot
started,
head
right?
ready.
No,
I heard you, Chris.
You better have that thing ready.
we do
Get
college
off the bus.
picks every Wednesday or Thursday, right? The spreads may change. We're picking against the spread. It's much harder to pick against the spread than it is to pick straight up. Because straight up, then we'll just, it'd be like bam, 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 bam. It's a wrap. We pretty much were crushing straight up. I approved it. I did it this weekend on parlays, man. I was killing it. Money line bets, killing it. Money line bets, killing it. Win all kind of money buttons.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, but that spread gets you. Over and under get you every time.
Yes,
Right. But first game we got Buttons. Let you talk about this game first, Buttons, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Joey told you that we got a college conference league. We picked 10 teams and made our own conference. One of Joey's teams, Buttons, is Liberty. So we got Liberty visiting the Dome up there in Syracuse, right? Right. I was supposed to go to a Syracuse Georgetown game back in the day, got snowed out, so disappointed. But I actually visited that, and I visited the Carmelo Anthony Center up there. Awesome just to be there in the presence.
Bravo.
Right, see it from a distance. So talk about this Liberty Syracuse game. We got Liberty coming in to Syracuse as 6-point favorites. Buttons.
See,
Who you got, Buttons, on this one?
JB. See, I'm glad that you put this game on, but I'm also horrified that you put this game on. Okay, if I knew the starting quarterback of Syracuse, it'd make it a whole lot easier. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I am scared to death of Malik Willis. He's gonna throw all over Syracuse because number one, we can't stop anybody, and number two, we can't score any points. But that being said, give me the Orangemen of Syracuse.
Buttons got the Orangemen. Chris,
not so fast, my friend.
Who you got, Chris? Who you got?
So I actually looked up. Liberty has not turned the ball over all season, which is a ridiculous stat. So usually, if you win the turnover battle, you win. So give me Liberty here.
Give me Liberty or give me death.
Or give me
That's right.
Give me Liberty.
Joey,
You know where I'm going, JB. You know what I want. You know what I want.
all right, Buttons. I don't know. I'm gonna post what Hot Rod, the hot one did, and what C-Double did. But I'm just gonna tell you, Buttons.
Is this a Buttons Island?
I wanted to jump on the train with you, Buttons, but I just can't do it, man.
It's a Buttons Island.
When you You said JB. I don't know who the starting quarterback is, but I was like, oh, nah, I can't do it.
You gotta have the heart. You gotta have the heart.
Hey, Buttons, I got heart, man. I'm more of a Syracuse basketball dude, man. Not really a football guy. So I'm going with Liberty Flames myself.
Hopefully the Vito starts. I'll just say that.
All right. Okay. Next game. Big game. Soldier Field.
Big
We
game,
got
baby.
the Fighting Irish versus those Wisconsin Badgers, right?
Big game, baby.
Newt Rockney. What's the old Giants running back? Brian Dane. We got all these guys, you know, the ghosts of all these guys will be out there in Soldier Field. And we got Notre Dame ranked higher, but a 6.5 point dog, right? So given the Irish have played bad, I still got a good feeling about the coach and what they're going to do. I'm going with Notre Dame here. Who you got, Chris?
So Wisconsin 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 non-conference games. Notre Dame 1-4 against their spread in their last 5. I'm going Wisconsin here.
Going Wisconsin, got it. Hold on. Is Wisconsin in your conference?
Yeah, I got Wisconsin.
A little bias there, but go ahead, Joey.
And also, after all those stats, I just need Wisconsin also. So after all that, I need Wisconsin to win.
Yeah, you need Wisconsin, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly is 14-8 against the Big Ten. He will be 15-8 after Saturday.
I knew that voice.
It's like RoboCop.
Look it.
That is a great pick. Put me down for them Irish.
Of course.
There you go, Buttons.
Buttons got those Irish. Nice. All right, Buttons. We got Texas Tech versus those Texas Longhorns. And
are we not picking LSU, Mississippi State?
Yeah, you got LSU on there.
Oh, my bad. LSU versus Mississippi State. We got Mike Leach and Starkville, the delicate genius Mike Leach, right? The delicate genius of Mike Leach going against, what's the guy's name with the gruffy voice? What's his name? I'm doing an interview. Ed Ogeron or something like that. Ogeron or something like that. Okay. Oh, no, I'm doing an interview. You sound like a Hunger Games character, man. Ed Ogeron. Okay. So we got LSU versus Mississippi State. Buttons. LSU favored by 2.5 points. Who you got?
I got them Tigers. Derek Stingley's gonna lock down half of the field. No way, man. Give me them Tigers.
All right, okay. Nice. What about you?
Me, remember, I already had them. I already had LSU as my biggest lock. So LSU leads the nation in sacks and tackles for loss. Just like Button said, you got to get after those guys. And I don't think Mississippi State pushes the ball downfield enough. So
didn't UTLA beat LSU?
UCLA did, yeah.
UCLA did, right? I'm sorry, UCLA did. Oh, getting late, my bad. UCLA did. All right. Joey, who you got, man? You studying over there real hard?
I will also go Tigers.
Oh, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Me?
This is a revenge game. Mississippi State did get those Tigers last year. This is going to be a revenge game. Go Tigers.
We got a SEC home team that can score points at home, getting 2.5. I'm gonna take them Bulldogs, man. I got a feeling one of my island picks gonna come through sooner or later. I got the Bulldogs. All right, now we have Texas Tech versus Texas. Texas favored by 7.5 at home, out there in Austin. Get all the hills. You got all the everything going on. You got Bebo out there running across the field. Earl Campbell out there cheering for the team.
Yes, you do.
Right. Ricky Williams out there as well.
Smoking up.
smoking on a little Chiba out there at the field. But so I definitely got to take the Longhorns here at home, even with those 7.5. I think they're going to beat up on Texas Tech. I got Texas. Who you got, Chris?
Yeah. So reading the power rankings, they have Texas as a 13-point favorite on the Action Network. So if you're only a 7-point, what is it, 7.5, right? So yep. Yeah, I'm taking Texas here.
Mm-hmm. Joy, you already called your team. No need to talk. You already took Texas Tech on your
I did.
For your was it lock of the week? You said Texas Tech. You said Texas Tech will win.
They will win
outright.
And Michael Crabtree is not walking through that door, but they don't need him. They will win
Michael Crabtree. Okay. They don't need Cole Beasley.
They don't need him. They don't need him. Not needed, JJ.
Actually, Mahomes. They don't need
Mahomes.
They ain't
Mahomes.
Okay. Buttons, who you got, man?
Great pick. That's a great pick.
Come on, Buttons.
Give me Texas Tech and them.
Come on, Buttons.
I don't know about win, but they're going to cover.
Okay. Nice. Okay. All right. So, we have a big matchup, right? One of the matchups that surprisingly nobody picked as the matchup of the week. We have Texas A&M, right? Missing their starting quarterback, by the way, versus a hot Arkansas team that just gave Texas their first taste of that SEC venom, right? So we got Arkansas at home getting 5.5. Buttons, who you taking here?
Man, when I looked over these picks, JB, I felt like I was taking too many points. I gotta go with the points again. I gotta go with Arkansas.
All right, nice. Arkansas. Arkansas. All right, Joel, who you got?
Oh my gosh, this is killing me. This is killing me. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I will also take I'll take Arkansas, and I actually had a student that did pronounce it Arkansas. So I will stay right there.
That's why I said it there for you, man. I know you had a kid that said it before in class.
Absolutely.
Okay, Chris, break it down and give me the analytics.
Yeah, so sharp money is all on Texas A&M here, so I'm just gonna follow the guys who know more than I do. So
Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I get you.
Other than Buttons, I mean.
So me, I am definitely going with Arkansas off a big win, because those used to be Southwest Conference foes, Arkansas and Texas. Right. They're riding it high. They got Texas A&M coming in, another former Southwest Conference foe. I believe Arkansas is hot and it's gonna definitely win, probably outright. But with 5.5, definitely going to win. Oh man, you gotta go big or go home here. All right, here we go. We got next game. We got those UCLA Bruins. We got the Fighting Chip Kellys off of a disappointing shellacking from Fresno State.
Oh my God!
Shout out to the Mountain West.
Where was
right? Versus the Stanford Cardinal. Stanford's getting 4.5. Is at Stanford. I think UCLA is fighting mad. They had high hopes, but I think they're gonna bounce back and cover. So I got UCLA here. Who you got, Chris?
All right, so
this
one is tough because sharp money's on Stanford, and all the tickets are on Stanford, but the power rankings are UCLA. So, this is torn here. Give me UCLA.
UCLA. Who you got, Joey?
I'll also take Ucla. Ucla is very upset by what happened. This is going to be a prove it again, Chip. Ucla is going to be back. Okay. Buttons.
Not so fast, my friend.
There it is.
You got the Stanford Cardinals.
I told JB in my email, I am a little bit worried about Charbonnet, the running back for UCLA, because that guy is ridiculous. But you know what? You gotta beat them. You gotta do something. You gotta show me that you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Give
Nice,
me
nice.
Stanford.
Stanford, got you. All right. So we got a big Big Ten matchup, right? Why do they call it the Big Ten still when it's like 12 teams, right?
Yeah,
That
really.
makes no sense. Okay, so you got a Big Ten matchup. You have Nebraska visiting Michigan State, fresh off of a shellacking of the Hot Ones and Chris's Miami Hurricanes. A shellacking.
At least I actually called. Remember, I called Michigan State.
Yeah,
that was
that was take me behind the shed and beat me.
Absolutely.
Type game. They shellacked them. So we got Nebraska, Joey's team, who still is in danger of not winning 7 games.
Doesn't look good.
One of Joey's hot takes, by the way.
Doesn't.
Versus Michigan State. Michigan State is given 5. Buttons, who you have?
Oh man. I struggled with this one, but Nebraska is just, they look so bad. I got to go with Michigan State.
Michigan State. Buttons, a common term to always tell Joey, and Joey knows I always say this: scared money don't make money. Don't be scared, Buttons. Scared money don't make money. All right. Who you got, Joey?
Oh boy. I'm going to have to go with the Huskers.
Oh Lord, please.
They will not win this game, and my 7 wins is definitely sailing away from me. I don't see 7 wins, but I think this will be a lot closer. This will be close. I don't see Michigan State covering.
I think Nebraska wasted all of their moral victories last week. I think it's over. It's done. It's done, Joey. But anyway, Chris, who you got?
I'm actually with Joey here. I think Nebraska covers, but I don't know. Michigan State has been playing really well lately.
They have.
And
good to have Michigan State back.
Do I really need to tell y'all who my pick is?
No, you don't.
I got Sparty. Okay, it's no way. Sparty. It's no way. Nebraska had a chance to actually win the game last week, and they're spent. Joey, Scott Frost and that team are spent. Game.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway,
that line should be double what it is.
We have Kansas State versus the Fighting Mullets of Oklahoma State. So, and we got Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State really is winning games, but still cannot get in the top 25. Kansas State is actually the ranked team. This is the second week in a row, I believe. No, they weren't favored last week. Boise was favored.
Okay. That
Oklahoma State is playing a ranked team, right? And this week, Oklahoma State is favored and by 6 points. I'm taking Oklahoma State. I'm taking them at home. Kansas State really hasn't played anybody I think of. Oklahoma State has gone on the road, went to the blue turf of Boise, Idaho, and got a tough win. So I believe they're still going to put in some work because I am a man.
Come and talk to me.
All right. The other day was the anniversary of that speech. I think it was yesterday.
Oh, was it really?
Oh, man, that's a sweet speech.
Come to me.
I'll get it, Joey. My bad. I'll go back and get it. Yep.
So I'm gonna go Oak State here. It opened at 8. It opened at 8.5, and now moved under that key number of 7. So that's a huge number when you're betting. So I'm gonna go Oak State.
Okay, Oak State it is. Joey?
I'll also take Oak State. They're in Stillwater. They always play well there. Give me Oak State and that Mullets. It's beautiful.
All right. We're doing a not so fast moment here, Buttons.
Buttons.
You want to talk about an athlete. You want to talk about one of my athletes.
Come on, buddy.
They're getting no respect, like you said, JB. They're not even the ranking is just no respect. Give me Oak State.
There you go.
All right. I did skip one. Let me go back. We got Iowa State, I think a team in Chris's conference, versus those Baylor Bears from Waco, Texas. Baylor is getting 7 at home. I think they're playing. Are they not playing? They always play. Baylor always plays in Arlington too, in the Cowboys Stadium. But I don't think they're doing it this week. So you got Iowa State versus Baylor. Buttons, who you got?
Give me the home underdog.
Ooh, God, we got those Baylor Bears. No Robert Griffin, man. He's not walking through that door.
Don't need him.
Okay.
Joey, you're up.
I will also go with the home underdogs. Something about Waco is just weird.
Yeah, I've been there. It's
Weird.
That was weird. I tell you what, though. I tell you before Chris Peasley got a funny Waco story. I was in Texas 2 years ago. We're driving through Waco. My wife has a list of food places everywhere in the country. We're driving down the highway. Hey, guess what about food spots? So I'm stopping in the middle of Waco, Texas, on the highway, eating some burger joint, some name I never heard of.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Was it actually good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think she gets most of them from what's the guy who does that dives, diners, and
Guy Fieri, maybe?
Guy Fieri, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's my Waco story for y'all tonight. Kind of boring, but yeah, oh well.
So I'm torn here because Baylor, they're 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games following a win. But Iowa State's in my conference.
You are torn.
So, but if Baylor can cover, but Iowa State wins, then I'm good on both sides. So I'm gonna take Baylor in the points here and hope that Iowa State still wins.
Okay.
Perfect scenario.
Once again, and I will utter this to you all over and over again throughout your lifetime as long as you know me. Scared money don't make money.
I've heard that a lot.
I got Iowa State, right? Iowa State is a good team, right? They were ranked in the top 10 at one time this year, weren't they?
I believe so.
And really, who has barely even played? Right. So and normally when you're the home team, you are getting points already. And they're getting 7 points on it. Oh, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be we call a skull drug. They're going to drag their skull across the field. They're going to whoop them up. All right. And Chris's conference is going to get that much needed win to catch them up into the standings. Please. All right. Now, of course, we never get into some of those late night packed 12 games. First one, we got another team from Chris's conference. You kind of seeing where we're getting here. You got Chris's conference on blast this week. So we got Cal versus the Huskies from Washington. The Huskies are home favorite, given 7.5. And okay, so Cal, I haven't heard anything about Cal this whole season. So I'm guessing they must stink, right? So give me Washington at home and straight up covering the spread. I got Washington. Let's go analytics.
All right. So I'm going to go, again, I'm torn because I want Cal and the points. It's above but I got, it's basically the same thing. I'm going to go Cal and the points and then hope Washington wins.
Cal and the points. Cal and the points.
That key number of 7 right there.
Those Huskies will definitely cover.
Those Huskies.
They will cover.
Ashy Huskies. They Huskies.
Ashy Huskies.
They're Huskies.
I'm gonna go with Chris here. I wish the line was 6.5 so I could pick Washington. But give me the points.
Okay, give those points.
Big
Got
number.
Cal. All right, here we go. We got these next two have the two biggest spreads that we have on the slate this week. First, we have the Oregon State Beavers, the fighting Gary Paytons.
That's right.
Right? Gary Payton Jr. Brett Berry, those guys. Right? We got my boy from Brandon Cooks, one of the, big time Beaver. So, but they're going to Southern California. Going to look at those beautiful red, I guess what's it called, like burgundy and gold uniforms from USC, right? USC, all kind of turmoil going on. Need a win bad, need a big win bad. And who comes to town? The lowly Oregon State Beavers. All right, looking for a head coach and everything, right? So, Buttons, USC is at home, giving 10.5. Buttons, who you have?
10.5 is a lot. But like you said, they are in turmoil right now. They need this win. They will come out firing. I honestly think that this is going to be a rout, and give me USC.
USC. All right, Joey, who you got?
Now, USC.
Bro, him.
I made the mistake going with the turmoil last week. I thought it was going to definitely affect them. And up until halftime, it looked good.
Oh, yeah. Then all of a sudden, it's like a light came on in it.
I don't know what happened. I will not make the same mistake twice. USC will absolutely cover in this game.
USC. All right, Chris.
Do I have USC in the conference?
No, I think you don't. Yeah, you do have USC.
Oh my goodness!
I told you, man. This is a Chris conference special, man.
Yeah, because I have Oregon State down. I'm like, I'm rooting. Somehow I got to play the middle on every one of these games.
And I think you have. I don't think I have one team.
Joey has Notre Dame. He has.
I don't have one of my teams on the slate at all.
Oh, geez.
Not one. I do have one. The last one is I do have one.
You have
big
Oklahoma.
favorite, so that's good.
Yeah.
For me.
All right, so basically the same thing I've been doing. I'm taking Oregon State in the points and then hoping USC wins.
I'm taking USC. Let's go, Tro. Let's go. All right. Now for the bonus, I'm gonna at the end of the year, I'm gonna look back at all the bonus picks and give everybody an extra point for the bonus picks as we get to the end, right? That's why it's called the bonus pick, right?
Bonus.
This week we got the West Virginia Mountaineers traveling to Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh boy.
To face Joey's Oklahoma Sooners, which really are my Oklahoma Sooners, but they're Joey's because he loves him, the Rattler. He loves the Rattler. The Rattler. The Rattler. Did y'all see that catch the DB had last week, interception he had?
Oh, is that the
and
one?
And the coach said he was about to challenge the play on his own player.
Say that, yeah. He sure did.
And the Rattler was on the sidelines like Home Alone on the sidelines, right?
Uh-huh.
But let me tell you something. Oklahoma ain't beating up on nobody. The only team they beat up on Western Carolina 76-0. Who is Western Carolina? Are they even division? Are they FBS or FCS? I don't know.
JUCO.
I guess so. It must be like NAIA, right?
It might be.
Against Tulane, Oklahoma beat Tulane by 5 points. What?
Tulane gave somebody else a scare this past weekend, didn't they?
Yeah. And then played Nebraska, favored by 22.5 and win by 7. barely win. Give me the Mountaineers. Give me the Fighting Davy Crockett's and those points. I take those 17 points. I got West Virginia. I got y'all thinking. Like I told y'all, what did I say? I'm gonna say it again.
Scared money.
Scared money. Don't make money. You cannot be scared to make these picks. You gotta make your picks and sleep like a baby.
So this line opened at 16. Actually, no, it opened at 16 and a half, then dropped to 15 and a half, and now it's back up to 17. Sharp money is on Oklahoma, and the tickets are on Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma.
I will join you, Chris. This will be the beginning of Spence's ascension to the Heisman Trophy. He hasn't been playing poorly, but not that well for a Heisman guy. 7 TDs, 2 picks. He's completed the same 5% of his freaking balls. This will be the week that the Oklahoma offense gets itself together. They will absolutely cover. Let's go, Spence.
What about their defense?
Let's go, Spence.
Buttons, you better pull that head out, that mascot. Oh.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Okay. JB hit the nail on the head with that last comment. Where's the defense? They might have the offense, not so fast, my friend. I wish I had a Mountaineer and a shotgun. Unfortunately, I don't. But give me West Virginia for sure. And that point.
Definitely. Hey, here we go. So everybody, when you peep the show, go to YouTube. We'll have the link. You can look at our picks. You'll see how we've been doing so far this year. Buttons, I will add your picks for week 3. I won't count it against you the week you weren't here like I did for the hot one, because the hot one is getting a 12-game deduction for not following instructions. Hot one. So I'm sorry, bro, but that's how it has to be, right? So yeah, I'll be posting the picks, and good luck to you all, right? Like Joey says always, one of Joey's favorite quotes from the Hunger Games: "May the odds be in your favor."
Forever be in your favor.
That's right. So, right, big weekend. We may not be back on for Sunday night, but probably Monday night we'll be back on to tell you about the weekend and how we did, and probably talk about Sunday's games. So, Chris, what you got for the people before we sign out for the night? Because it's after midnight.
Yeah.
I got to get up in the morning.
Not much. Just hopefully I do better in fantasy than last week. Buttons, how you doing? You got beat by Joey's son Cooper in our CJ Squared.
You got to be crazy. Really? That's who beat me?
Yes, right.
Coop,
7th grader? Where is he in?
Yeah, 7th grade.
7th grade.
Wow.
He knows his stuff though. He's pretty good at fantasy.
There's no shame in it, man.
Yeah.
Joey's his ghostwriter. Joey, what you got for the masses?
Let me just let the millions know, as well as our guest picker Buttons. We got 3 games with the Blue Jays coming up. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. They are going to be in Toronto. We will win that series.
Ooh.
The Yankees will win that series against Toronto next week. Book it.
Buttons, by the way, your hat is looking, like I said, looking super, super duper crisp looking. You need to give Joey some lessons on how to rock a hat.
Come home, Buttons.
He comes on here with hats. We got stains on them. The brim is all frayed. You know what I'm saying? At least Chris, his is that the CR. It's always looking clean. At least Joey's be on here. I'm like, Joey, take that hat off, man.
He's made me take my hat off, Buttons.
Yeah. All right. So, Buttons, what you got for the people, man? And Buttons, by the way, thanks for joining us, Buttons. You are more than welcome to come on at any time from this point on, man. You are a part of the family. All right, so
I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, fellas. I appreciate you having me on. To Joey, I'll just say, you better get your broom out, Joey, because the sweep is coming.
Careful. Come home, Buttons. Come home. Come home.
Thanks again, guys.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, and for me, let me tell you this. Fantasy season is not time to panic. It's not time to panic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you could be 0-2. You could be 1-1. You could be 2-0. It's not time to brag and boast because 2-0 could easily be, next thing you know, you're 2-4, 2-6. It's a grind, right? I gotta quote my man Joey for the last time tonight.
Oh, JB.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Not a sprint, y'all.
Take your time, do your best. You got questions?
We're here. We're here.
We're here. Come and get that knowledge, right? TJ Square is signing off, man. Y'all have a good one. Chris is like